Alright guys, hello and good day. So, what I'm doing here is something a little different. Basically, because of the impossibility of having a good run in Have a Nice Death on stream, I decided to record all the different runs that I've done on my own until one came up that was good enough for me to, finish the game properly. And so, instead of commenting while this happens, I am actually speaking on top of it, of the already recorded video. Some parts like this one, you can see I just sped up because I thought, hey, I don't really need to show every single moment. So some parts of this are going to be at much higher speed, but I think I slowed down at some of the key moments. I did edit a few pointless details out. As you can see me here doing the contract, by the way, by killing the hands. A very nice way to do it. And yeah, this basically was the build that I was trying to make. The one that has regeneration and the retaliation gain damage. So it did come online fairly late and we did not have the mosquitoes, but I think it turned out to be good enough in the end. This was the first time, by the way, I did one of these gauntlets. I don't know why, it's one of those things I never really cared to do much in this game. All those like interesting rooms that have this sort of challenges and rewards. I don't know, I just felt like I didn't care much about these. Yeah, so this was, I think it was normal difficulty. Honestly, it was already, it took so much to do this at basic difficulty. I couldn't be bothered do it at a higher difficulty. However, I think I could have done this easily, at least at breakdown 1 or 2. And you can see me, I try to scout every single wall for like secrets, try to find the mosquito. I'm not sure you can find it in any other way. And I slow down through all of these bosses and tanagers just so, I could show the entire fights. This was kind of nasty, one of the first ones. It's not too difficult, luckily. But when you're unlucky at the very start of the run, you don't have a side weapon or anything. It becomes kind of problematic to kill a tanager. Look at me. I have 2 HP. But at the end, I managed to kill it anyway. Very clutch though, very clutch. You definitely want some sort of side weapons by the time you fight the first tanager. But for the Sinister Gear damage, I think at the end I did most of my damage with Sinister Gear. So that was very convenient. Got Cloak cooldown, always useful. Again, Sinister Gear, Cloak is part of that. Always nice. They have a little bit more damage, just a little bit. Spear, I found very early after the first tanager. Gotta say, does decent damage. The very long attack range actually helps quite a bit. And I think it does piercing damage all the time. I guarantee 100% piercing. So it does have a little extra damage. We've also been fairly lucky that we found, Brad instead of Proudfoot, the worst version of this guy. Because I didn't really have much HP, and this guy usually hits me once or twice. Well, I can do Brad, basically hitless. Tried to get something good here, I couldn't. I spent way too many rerolls. So at the end, I think I spent all of them, yeah. And I went with the transfer. Not great, but the dash, it's alright. Blubber's max HP is basically meaningless. We do 90 damage anyway, so I thought that would be fine, you know, good enough, good enough. Went to the second zone, choose the food zone, because, you know, upgrading red curses allowed me to potentially be able to get the curse I was looking for, which is I think a tier 2? Must be tier 2. Red curse, yeah. This zone is fairly easy. Nothing is too dangerous, obviously. The only thing you might want to be a little careful for is the challenge rooms. It can get a little busy, you know, with the... Yeah, look at that. The guys shooting beams, the ones dropping things from the sky, but... luckily the spear worked really, really well with that. Killing multiple enemies in a line. And mostly one-shotting everything. Another really bad round of curses. I decided, I think, to go for the ammunition, just in case I got something like the bow. That could have been useful. Solid healed themselves, another basically nothing. Negative effect, and here we have the Ninja Turtle Burger thing. Very, very easy, especially with the spear doing pretty decent amount of damage. This guy is not really an issue. You can dodge through most of their attacks, either by jumping up or dashing over them. They don't really have any scary moves. They just like throw some things, and obviously you don't want to attack when they're guarding. They will counterattack. Although again, if you have your dodge available, the counterattack is not that bad. You can just dodge past him. And that was it. That was a simple kill. Over here, I think I picked a refinement because, you know, 10% chance, not too much, but getting an enemy stuck or a boss stuck is pretty much a very, very good way to dish out some punishment without being punished in return. And I got the Dark Talons. I think it was a spell I found in... I don't think it was a secret zone. I think it was at the... as a reward in a zone. It was kind of useful in the next area until I found something better. It doesn't do great damage, but it stuns really easily. It pulls enemies off cliffs and ledges that you can use to, you know, kill them instantly. Look, that was a stuck chance, allowing me to use my frenzy attack. See, the grab stuns this guy very easily. 131 damage at this point, not too shabby. Not the greatest, but good enough. And you always want to be careful about this guy. It's kind of one of the worst boss fights. It's got a deceptively long range of attacks, moves a lot, and especially at the end of that one where he rides the bottle, he can turn either way. What is going on here? Right, sorry, I had to, while recording over the recorded thing, I had to close my windows because they are repainting the street signs and whatever. So, additional 2 anima slots. I thought that would be a great way to guarantee me some extra healing in case things went wrong. And as you can see, my spear damage is still working pretty well, almost one-shotting every single enemy we encounter. Aside from the doctors, but the doctors are just nasty to begin with. And yeah, sometimes they are a little trouble, as you can see, especially when you fight 3 at a time. But, you know, spears, moving past them, moving really fast, makes quick work even out of them. Easily moved into a OSHA room. Always, always, always pick the OSHA rooms. You want to have as many curses as possible. If you're going for any specific build, or if you're just trying to get the very high tier curses, if you take every single chance you can get at, you know, rolling a curse, you can easily get 2 branches up to maximum level. So like blue and red, or green and blue, whatever you want. And yeah, there we go. Arashi Kunai is the main weapon I used until the end of the game, basically. Also, never pick anything that does retaliate damage in any way, shape, or form. Alright? Not for this build. This build relies on having the ability to get hit without killing enemies. And it's very, very easy, unfortunately, to kill something with retaliation, especially small enemies. But I'll show you later what I mean. Killing Dengue, not that difficult, although there is this thing where when he starts their stinger attack, like their nose attack, the entire body of the boss becomes a hitbox, and if you just are nearby, see, like that, you get hit. Kind of annoying, really. The only real danger out of this boss, other than that, just dodge out of the way. It's very well telegraphed. And there's the stuff, giving me a chance to deal some more damage. Guy's nearly dead. Sometimes they die and then they go into that animation. But yeah, there we go. Easily done and easily got extra HP. Again, extra HP is also a very, very good choice for this build. You want to have a lot of HP. Just in general, but especially for the build, because you want a big buffer to be able to get hit multiple times or the retaliate gain damage. Here I'm selling the spear. It's basically useless now. And yeah, the shuriken is one of the best weapons you can find. As you can see over here, the periodic heal is clearly one of the mandatory curses for this specific build. You want the pure heal, you want the 5 heals. And yeah, look at that. Look how well the little shurikens are working. They attack many, many times, which is what you want. You want a lot of really small attacks. So anything that hits multiple times, like the shuriken, you can have that spear that hits 3 times. You can have the mosquitoes. Really, anything that hits fast and many, many times. First of all, anything with a chance, like critical, like piercing, like the stuck chance, it will absolutely trigger per every single hit, so having multiple hits obviously helps a ton. There's a stuck chance allowing me again to use a special. Cooldown is not the best, but you know, it's sufficient for what we're doing. So far the damage is still very, very low, but trust me, it's about to spike. And there it is. So after killing Hector, this is the point where I usually quit a run if I don't have my full build. But rolled once, rolled twice, rolled 3 times, 4 times, and there it was. That is absolutely mandatory. That is the pillar of the build. And after you get that, you absolutely want to go to the war zone. The other one, it could be done if you have the full build, including mosquitoes and everything. But this is the best. So this is what you do. You grab a crow and you let them hit you. Okay? Now, every time they hit you, they barely do any damage. Look, they do something like 3 damage. Basically nothing.
A few moments later.
Okay, that was kind of weird. I don't know why that did that. But yeah, you can tell I farmed a little bit of that crow, and already my shurikens are doing 34 damage each. Remember, during the boss fight, they were doing 11 damage. Alright, that is an immense gain. We basically tripled my damage just by sitting there getting hit by a crow a few times. Now, obviously, we don't have any way to heal other than specifically the cure heal that we get every few seconds, which is kind of unfortunate. And here I got the bow. I decided, you know what, it's probably better than the javelin at this point, and it's gonna get better the more we level up our damage with the retaliation. Already one arrow was doing 69 damage. By the time we upgrade it to the second one, it's gonna be doing double that, and then the damage is gonna just go up and up and up. Unfortunate pick. Didn't have anything to counter that, so Thanag's poison is not great. But what can we do? Sometimes you just have to accept some things are not gonna go your way. And yeah, again, boring build. You have to wait. You have to spend a lot of time just getting hit randomly. Now, the problem is I had to spend extra time is because I don't have any defense. I didn't find any defensive curse. Defense, what it does is literally lowers your damage by each number you have in your defense. So you have 10 defense, you take 10 less damage from every attack. Now you don't need much, you need only 3 defense in total, and that would nullify completely the damage of the crows, but it would still allow you to absolutely retaliate and gain damage anyway. So you don't really have to take damage, you just need to get hit. Extra healing from the anima is always a good one to get, especially the 25% for normal anima, golden anima. Very, very good. Yeah, you can see the damage is already spiking. And this will show you exactly how much I farmed. Shurikens are doing 300 damage. The bow is doing 329 twice. So this guy was absolutely annihilated. I thought that was enough damage. Honestly, you can still farm for more if you have time. You're just gonna sit there like 10 minutes getting hit by crows, and it's a little boring. Honestly, yeah, not the best build, but it works. It works really well. Over there, more damage. Chance of crit, you know, shurikens. Works really well along with it. And you can see how easily we get through the zone. By the way, this first level of the clock zone, you get a guaranteed prismium, which I always use to get the final piece of the medallion to fight life. Everything else is relatively easy to get throughout the normal gameplay. But yeah, look at the damage we have. That guy, really tanky, really tough guy. One shuriken, deleted. Not even half of the shurikens hit them. And the beauty of this build is that the damage you get out of it, it's general damage, generic. You're not stuck to having to use like only the scythe or only sinister gear. You can use whatever spell, whatever gear. You can even use the scythe if you want. It doesn't matter. Damage goes to every single weapon you have, which is just great. But yeah, that allows me to basically get through this zone without any trouble whatsoever. Now here at the end, I almost didn't pick shop. Not picking up the final piece of the medallion almost cost me the entire run. I was lucky to remember by the end, but I still had one to get. Got the final contract. What was it? The lifesteal, I think, yeah. I was trying to go for the lightning. The level 1 lightning infusion is absolutely phenomenal with this build, because it literally doubles your damage. All lightning hits will gain the extra damage as well. So literally doubles your damage. It's incredible, but we weren't so lucky. And yeah, you can see how much damage I have. Look at one shuriken basically takes half of this guy's life away. It is really, really powerful by this point. Extra invincibility on dash. Not too shabby. And yeah, we go to time. Again, not really a problem. At this point I have so much damage then, look. You hit a crit or two as well. Many projectiles for the bow on top of it. Incredibly fast kill. I know there's better builds out there, but I was really, I don't know, stubborn, I suppose, and I really wanted to get the end with this one. At this point, nothing really mattered unless you found something that really, you know, went along well with the build, but kind of hard to do at this point. And that was the fight with life. Second or third time fighting life, so I didn't really have the full picture of what she could do. Which was why some of these attacks actually kind of surprised me. Like, you know, the hammer changing direction midway was obviously a bad one. I'm glad at least I wasn't surprised by the heal transformation. And I had enough animas to heal myself and top myself up. I've learned very quickly to be at full life because she can literally one-shot you with a hammer in this last phase. One funny thing I didn't know is that she doesn't have much life at this final phase. So yeah, a couple of arrows and boom. That's it. So that was the end. I will now take my leave and I'm gonna call this game done. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day as much as I did. This is a fantastic little roguelite. I had a lot of fun playing it. So yeah, I'll leave you with the ending and take it easy and goodbye.
Mhm.